do anything for a defensive back? Is it better for you guys too? Because all the big guys always talk about it.
I mean, it's just football. So, I don't know. It's just always different putting the pads on rather than just going against jerseys. I guess for us as DBs, I mean, just more surface area for us to hit and play with. And, you know, it's like when you're playing a game and you finally get that first pop or whatever it may be, then it's like, okay, you feel good, get your feet wet type thing. So it's always nice to put the pads on and get a little thump.
Adoree, the defense seems ahead of the offense here. You take anything from that?
We all just taking it a day at a time and just trying to gain our strides when we can. So for us, it's not about yesterday or tomorrow. It's just about today. See what we did wrong. You know, although things may look well, it's always corrections. You know, Wink always says nothing is good as it seems, nothing is bad, but in the middle lays lies reality. So for us, just trying to figure out where we can improve at each day.
Adoree, about Aaron Robinson, what are you seeing from him?
I've been liking A-Rob, man, since I met him. I know when I came and signed here, when we drafted him, I just looked up his highlight tapes, liked what I seen from him, and been liking it ever since. He works hard. The guys that just goes out there and does what he has to do. So I just appreciate A-Rob and his competitiveness.
How do you think about safety calling plays?
As long as I get the call, I don't really care too much who called the plays.
Is it unique though?
It's different from, you know, everything, whether it was in college or you know, in the league. But
You've always had a linebacker, you're saying?
yeah, I always had a linebacker making calls, but you know, it's cool to have a DB representing us and being able to make the call. So I'm not liking they get it out to us, and it's just good for us because we're always communicating anyways with each other, as is with the linebackers. But it's just nice having somebody in our room to, you know, we can know how he talks or knows what he's saying, and we can just give a, you know, eye contact or look to figure out what's going on and be able to give different signals to help us out.
How much do you think that affects you guys then? The fact that, you know, it's a defensive back perspective, right? You know, maybe they know what you guys are thinking probably more than the linebacker does.
We all meet together, so at the end of the day, we all coming in and getting those extra reps in and trying to figure out how we see things. And I think that's the beauty of, you know, us coming together and being a collective and a whole, just trying to make sure we're all on the same page at the same time.
What kind of opportunity is this for you? I mean, obviously you were a high draft pick, played well for years, but to be the #1 corner, to shut down, have the opportunity to shut down #1 receivers every week, raise your profile, you're talking Pro Bowls, next contract. I mean, what kind of opportunity is this year?
And I feel like every year is always an opportunity of a lifetime. So I feel like this is just the same thing, you know, for all of us out there. Just getting an opportunity to, you know, present ourselves and play for one of the greatest organizations in the league. So I think we just take it as a blessing to understand that we could be doing a lot of different things, but the Lord brought us here to be able to play ball, and we just want to go do that for Him.
Adoree, what have you learned about Darnay?
Man, it was crazy. I've been knowing Darnay since I was in high school, actually. Even when we got to SC, you know, he was supposed to come there, but he went across town, which, you know, I don't blame him. But I learned that, man, just a good dude, man, a good genuine dude, good wholesome guy. Goes out there and sticks to the script. No matter what may happen, his faith never wavers, and he just goes out there and compete. Man, I can respect that, you know, from a guy that, you know, man, I just, you know, appreciate him a lot, the way he works and comes in every day.
Can you talk about his physical skills as a corner?
I mean, y'all seen it. He's out there doing this thing. Like I said, every day it's not like he's worried about the past or the present. He's just trying to focus on day by day and getting better, and that's what we preach. And, you know, if you ever hear him talk or ever hear him speak, you know, how he carries himself, man, you can tell that's a smart, intelligent man. And he goes out there and carries it the right way on the field and off.
Is this year, Phil?
Yo.
You see growth in his game?
I see growth in him as a person that displays in his game. You know what I'm saying? So I get to see him coming into his own and, you know, just doing his thing. I mean, doing what he's been loving to do. Probably what he's been doing since he was in Calabasas at high school. So it's just cool seeing somebody from the whole journey prospect. So I've been knowing him since I was 17, 16. I'm about to be 27. So it's like 10 years of knowing him, and get to see him at this highest level, being able to play and compete. You know, it's just awesome to see.
Do you guys have any competitions, like in the DB room, about who's going to get the most picks during camp or all that kind of stuff? Because he's in the lead so far.
Yeah, he kicking our butt. So I think our competition is who's going to be the best DB out of the day. And it's just like a me versus me mentality, but at the same time, we know we're competing with each other. And I think that's the best thing about having that competition. The type of guys that's going to hold each other accountable. Like, I'm not doing something right, they can tell me, or vice versa. So, and then us competing, like who can make the most plays. By the end of the day, it's not like we're jealous or envious. If you see somebody make a play, we out there running, celebrate with them because we know that's going to bring energy to everybody. So it's just cool having that competition in the room.
Does this year feel a little strange with James not here, and with you being one of the older guys now? Do other guys come up to you and try and pick your brain all the time?
Yeah, they do. I mean, the crazy thing is, I remember we was playing 50 Cent in the locker room, and it's Corbin. And I asked him, do you know who this is? He thought it was a West Coast song. And I said, nah, it's 50 Cent. I think it was, it was a Mini Man. It was in the locker room or in the club. It was one of the old 50 Cent songs. And I asked him what year was he born. He was like 2001. And it was shocking because, I mean, that song came out in 2003. I remember when I was in the 2001, I was in the first grade, I believe. And I remember having wanted to be like 50 Cent, had the video games, the tank top and everything. And so it was crazy that he didn't know who that was. So I think that's the strangest thing. I mean, I came in, they thought I was super young, and now that the roles are reversed, now I'm not old, but in the middle. And they're super young, like 20, 21. So it's crazy just to see the difference of the age gap.
How is it
We'll
possible?
take 2 more.
How is it possible that you only have 3 picks in your career? You're a guy who feels like you're always around the ball. In college, you had the ball in your hands.
Right.
How is that possible? Yeah, what do you chalk that up to?
I don't know. I can't even explain that. I just glad I at least got 3. You know what I'm saying? Fortunate enough to have that. I want to get more, but you know, when opportunities come their way and they present themselves, I just got to make the most of them. And you know, that's where it lies. Just the opportunities. If I have my hand on the ball, it just didn't come down with it. So, got to do a better job at that, and we'll do a better job at that.
Do you pitch any better than 50 Cent?
For sure. You seen Thibodeau, he gave him a shout out when he threw. He said at least he threw better than 50. So that was, for sure I could throw a little bit better than that.